Hello guys, my name is Salih Mohamed Awal from Saliwal Production. In this video tutorial, I am going to take you through how to use Microsoft Excel to do data cleaning. Data cleaning is one of the integral part of data collection and data entry. Sometimes we do data entry and we have loopholes in our data. That does not allow our data to give us the right analysis of data that we want. And in most cases, we do get errors when we are running analysis. This video tutorial will introduce you to a step-by-step way of correcting those loopholes that you would have in your data, and would also lead you to getting the right analysis of the data entry that you would do and the data results that you are going to get. And by the end of this tutorial, you will be able to learn how to remove duplicate values in a data set, how to split or convert words to columns in a data pattern, how to transform words into uppercase, lowercase, and proper case, identify and correct blank spaces in a data set, and identify errors and correct them in a data set. So viewers, you will be benefiting more from this video if you watch it to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. You can also support the channel by hitting the like button below. Now let's launch our file and get into the tutorial. Now, after launching our workbook, the first data cleaning procedure we are going to look at is how to remove duplicate values in your Excel data. Now, in our workbook here, we have a data of student information. Now, on this data, some students' information is repeating more than once. And with this, we would not be able to get the right statistics of the number of students we are having in our data. For us to be able to get the right statistics of the total number of students we have to clean this data. And to clean this data, we have to remove the duplicate information. There are two ways of removing this duplicate information. The first one is going through the conditional formatting. And to go through the conditional formatting, we have to highlight and select the whole information of the class. Now here, after selecting the whole information, you go to conditional formatting. On conditional formatting, you go to highlight cell rules. Now under highlight cells rules, you can see that we have duplicate values here. Now when you click on these duplicate values, it will automatically highlight the values and names that are duplicating. Now let's click on it. Now you see that automatically it has highlighted the duplicated values. Now on the dialog box here that has popped up with the formatting of the duplicate values, we have duplicate here. Now from here, there are two things you can do. The first one is you can highlight to see the duplicate values, or you can highlight to see the unique values. Now these unique values tells you the information in your data that are featured only once. Now the duplicate values show the information in your data that are duplicating. For the purpose of this video, we are going to remove duplicate values. So we click on duplicate values. Now the formatting is here. Now with this formatting, you are going to select the color combination that will simplify it for you to be able to identify that these values are duplicate, just as it has done here for us. Automatically it has selected light red. Now this light red would tell you that any information that is in light red is a duplicate value. So we click on OK. Now after clicking on OK, with the conditional formatting, it will not automatically remove the duplicate values for you. It will only highlight the duplicate values so that you would be able to identify them and then manually delete them. So that is the first format of removing duplicate values. Now let's look at the second way. Now the second format of removing duplicate values is using the remove duplicate function. Now Excel has a tool that would allow you to remove duplicate values. Now for you to be able to automatically remove the duplicate values, you select the whole data in your file. So we select the whole data from this. We select the whole data. Now what this does is that it will automatically scan through the data and then remove all duplicate values. All values that are duplicate would be removed automatically. After selecting the information, you go to data, click on data, then you click on remove duplicates. Now, when you click on remove duplicate, the remove duplicate dialog box appears. You see that we have selected and then we have unselected. It will show you all the selected values. Make sure that this box is checked. And then this would bring out all the headers of your columns. Now, if you uncheck it, you see that the headers are now considered as part of your data. Okay. Now, Excel has automatically run through your data and identified 6 duplicate values. After identifying the 6 duplicate values, it has automatically removed them. So now it is telling you that you have 52 unique values remaining. So guys, as simple as that, you don't have any duplicate values in your work. So this is the first one we are going to look at. Now the second procedure in data cleaning we are going to look at is how to use text data to parse columns in Excel. You can see that in this column we have a text data that are put together. This data is actually supposed to be distributed to these columns. We have the first name, the last name, the country, followed by the town, followed by the occupation. So unfortunately, we typed everything in the first name column. So Excel has a feature that would allow you to automatically move the other information in their respective columns without retyping them. And you can see that they are consistently arranged. The second one, we have the name, the first name, the last name, the country, the town, the occupation. So there's consistency in the arrangement. So it is easy for Excel to identify which data should go to which column. And the consistency here has to do with the delimiter, that is the separating symbol. In this data here, we have the comma to be the separator of the items. So Excel would easily identify each of these comma and give it a column. So it will automatically assign the columns as they have been arranged. I'll show you how to do that. First, you need to select the data. So we select the data. Then you go to data, you click on data, then you come to text to columns. So you click on text to columns. Now when you click on text to columns, this dialog box appears. Now the text to column procedure takes 3 steps. First, you need to indicate the shape in which your data is presented. Is your data separated with delimiters or in a fixed width? You can see from our data here that our data is separated by delimiter. It is not in a fixed width. So now we select the delimiter and then we click on next. Now the next one here is for you to select the delimiter, that is the separating symbol. In our data we have comma as our separating symbol, so we come and then select comma. Now when you select comma, you see in the preview that it has separated them into columns. You can see that here. It has separated them into columns. So this is how it is going to present them in your workbook. So after selecting the delimiter, you click on next. Now here you select the data type. What format is your data? Now our data is general, so we leave it on general. And then from here, if you don't want to overwrite this information. You want the information to be there for you to compare. You can now choose a destination, that is from where you want the data to be presented. Now in our case, our data was entered in the first name, so we need information in the first name column. So we are not going to change the column. And the fact that we are not going to change the column, we just click on finish. When you click on finish, it will override all this information with the first name as it appears here. So let's click on finish. You see how beautifully it has presented them into their respective columns. Now this is how you can split data into columns, and then when data are entered in one column with a delimiter, you can easily separate them into their respective columns. The next one we are going to look at is how to convert text into uppercase or lowercase or into a proper case. You realize that Microsoft Word has a feature that allows you to change your text into either uppercase or lowercase, or into capitalize each word or a proper case. Now Microsoft Excel also has that feature, but it is hidden. In this part of the video, I will show you how you can easily change data into uppercase or lowercase or proper case. Now this is how you do it. First, you need to activate the cell where your data begins. In this case, our data begins from the top one. So we place our cursor here and then activate the cell. After activating the first cell, you call on uppercase. So you just type equal to and then spell upper, then it comes and then you select upper. Now after selecting upper, you have to select the information you want to turn into uppercase. Now in this case, we are starting with the first cell here. So you click on this and then you press enter. You can see that it has automatically converted all this information into uppercase. So with this, you click on this and then you bring your cursor here and drag it downwards. It has automatically converted all this information here into uppercase. Now let's look at the lowercase. Now you activate the first cell in the lowercase and then you call the function lowercase. That is, you press equal to and then type lowercase. So lower has come, we select lower. Then you select the information you want to convert into lowercase. Now in this case, we start with this first cell. We click on this and then press enter. Now after clicking on this and press enter, you come and then fill this and it automatically converts everything into lowercase. Now into proper case, names are actually presented in the first letter being a capital letter. So that will take the proper case. Excel has it as proper case. So in this format, we are going to click on this, then we call on proper. So we type equal to call proper. We select proper and then you select the cell you want to pass through. So we click on this and then press enter. You see that the first letter in Mohammed is capital, first letter in Aminu is capital, first letter in Ghana is capital, first letter in Kumasi is capital, and then first letter in teacher is capital. So click on it and then drag and fill. Now it automatically converts all this information into proper case. So this is how you easily convert your text data into either lowercase, uppercase, or proper case. Now the next one we are going to look at is how to identify blank spaces in a data set and correct them. Now this data set that we are having is a data of students. Now in this data set we have a lot of blank spaces, and these blank spaces cannot easily be identified manually. So we are going to use Excel to identify them and then insert the value 15 for all blank spaces that we have in this data set. It is very easy to identify them with the Excel tools. But if you are going to go through this manually, you will surely not be able to identify these blank spaces. Now, first, you need to select the whole data set so that Excel will be able to scan through the data set and identify wherever there is a blank space. After selecting the data set, click on Find and Select. Then click on Go to Special. The Go to Special dialog box appears. Now you can also get to the Go to Special dialog box by pressing Ctrl G on your keyboard. Now the Ctrl G will take you to Go to dialog box. Now on this dialog box, you click on Special. It also takes you to the Go to Special dialog box. Now on this dialog box, you click on Blanks and then click on OK. Now after clicking on OK, you can see that Excel has automatically scanned through our data set and identified all the blank spaces we have in the data set. Now we are going to fix the value 15 in all blank spaces. All blank spaces are going to take the value 15. So we type 15 in the first blank space and press Ctrl Enter. It automatically applies this value to all the blank spaces that it has identified. You don't need to waste time in manually identifying all these blank spaces to insert the value 15 in them. Excel will do this job for you in less than seconds. Now viewers, the last one we are going to look at is how to spot errors in a data set and correct them. Now we have a data set of our students here with their grades, their totals, and then their grade cents. Now we have created an average column. Now in this average column, we have calculated all their averages. You can see in some of the cells that we have errors in them. For instance, this cell has an error. This cell has an error. Now we can manually see them because our data set is not large. In a case where you have a larger data set, it will be difficult for you to manually spot them and then identify them. Now Excel would be able to do that for you in just a matter of time. Now there are two ways we will be able to do that. One is using the conditional formatting, and then the second one is using the Go to Special dialog box. I'll take you through the two formats so that you would choose which one will be easier for you. Now let's start with the first one, going through the conditional formatting. First, we need to select the entire data set. So we are selecting the entire data set. Now you go to conditional formatting and then click on New Rules. Now the New Rules dialog box appears. Now on this New Rule dialog box, you select Format Only Cells That Contain. That is the second option in the Select a Rule type. Now from there, you come to Edit Rule Descriptions and then click on the arrow on the cell value bar. Scroll down and then select Errors. This one. So we click on Errors. Now after clicking on Errors, you click on Format to select the type of formatting you want for it. On the Format Cells dialog box, we have numbers, fonts, border, and then we have fill. Now on this, you are going to select a formatting that will give you an easy identification system. Borders will not give you an easy identification system. The font will not give you an easy identification system neither. So what we will need here is the fill. Now on the field, you are going to select a color that you are going to use to identify which cell has an error. So here we select the yellow color. So I select yellow and then click on OK. So we click on OK. You can see that all the cells that have errors have been painted with the color yellow. So this is one way you'll be able to spot the errors in your data set. Now let's employ the second procedure and see which of them would be easier. Now for the second procedure, you select the entire data set. So after selecting the entire data set, you press on your keyboard F5. You press F5 on your keyboard. Now when you press F5 on your keyboard, it takes you to the Go To dialog box. Select Special. After selecting Special, it takes you to Go To Special dialog box. On this Special dialog box, click on Formulas. Now under Formulas, we have numbers, we have text, we have logicals, and then we have errors. So you are going to uncheck all the other variables, that is numbers, text, and then logic, so that we will leave only the errors as checked. So you check only the errors and then click on OK. Now you can see that all the cells that have errors have been highlighted by the formula you have chosen. So you'll be able to alter them with any value at all you are going to insert. Now in this data set, any data that has errors is considered as incomplete. So we are going to just type incomplete in the data set. So we will just type incomplete. Okay, so we type incomplete and then press Ctrl Enter. It applies the incomplete to all the other cells that have errors in them. Let's assume that we are inserting a real value. So the real value you are going to insert will apply to all the cells that it has highlighted. Okay viewers, this is all we'll have for you on data cleaning. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please be kind enough to click on the like button below. You can comment any of your questions or contributions and I will reply to them in due time. You can also subscribe to the channel to learn more. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video on macros in Excel. Bye bye.